Hi everyone, what's up? Uh, this is our January discussion of a book a month, and we're going to discuss. Yeah. Please confirm if you can hear me and if you can see me. And we're going to be discussing, and I missed the bookmark that I had, The Lonely City, which was our book for the month of January. I don't know why I thought it's March. Anyway, so I'm very excited because we have wonderful guests for discussion today who've read The Lonely City, unlike some of you. And that goes for all of you who said you haven't read this book. But yeah, especially Pokhraj, I'm so shameless to have not read this book yet. And it's absolutely okay as long as you finish this book in some time, because I think it's one of those books that's going to change the way I look at life and company and friends and solitude and everything else. And we are also going to reveal the book for the month of Feb. And please go as wild as you can, because it's not what you think it is. I know I've promised that I'll be picking up a couple of books on Instagram, in our WhatsApp book club as well, but it's not going to be that book. So just saying. And we'll have a special guest towards the end of the stream as well to reveal that book, because I thought let's just invite someone else to be a part of a book a month so that you guys get to experience all sorts of genres. You know what? Yeah, this just reminded me of a joke this just reminded me of a pronunciation I heard recently that's kind of sums up my entire life. But anyways, just go wild and it's not going to be what you think it is. And I don't know. Anyways, so how many of you have read The Lonely City in the month of January? I'm announcing it right now. The person who finishes all the books that we pick up for a book a month is going to get a special, very special surprise from me at the end of this year. And it's going to be really, really fun. I haven't thought of it exactly yet, but it will be super cool and it'll be super nice. And the people who really are capable of finishing all the books in the year and won't finish the a book a month books, I will work really hard that you guys regret not picking all the books that we've picked up for a ABAM. That's very bitter of me, but I'm sorry. But yeah. Hey, Palak read the book. Hey, Palak, you should have joined us on the stream. And Nandan, you as well. But this is absolutely amazing. I do not want to participate, and I just want to be a host when everyone participates. I'm going to give all the critique that I have of the book. I'll start with this thing that I think I commented in the book club also. You can be a member of the book club if you become a gladiator and godfather. The link is in the description. But in any case, I'll just read out the people. Oh, Khushbu has also read it. Sriraj has read it. Shelby has read it. I mean, so many people read it, but when I asked if you guys would like to join, not many people replied, which is slightly sad. Oh wow, Stalin just finished it a minute before the stream. Sweet. Arpan has also read it. Wow. Vishwam will finish reading it tomorrow. Tomorrow is my... Hey! Happy birthday in advance, Siddhant. But anyways, guys, do like the stream and ensure that a lot of people watch today, because I really want everyone to start reading a book. At least... I want all of us to finish at least one book in a month. I think it will just help us with our communication. And words are important. And I was reminded of this in one of the chapters of The Lonely City. I remember when I was growing up, I read a lot about how words are important. And one of the books that taught me the same was The Book Thief, which is a historical fiction. But in any case, it teaches you why words are important. And there's this particular person we talk about here in The Lonely City, where you realize why and how words can give people hope, and how they can chain people, and how they can lead people to explore the world, and how just intimidating or inferior words can make you feel. So you should use your words carefully. Anyway, I think all of you who now know of the existence of The Lonely City and have not picked it up yet you should go ahead and pick it up. I mean, if I could, I'd give away free copies of The Lonely City, but I can't, unfortunately, right now in the moment. But if you get a chance, do read The Lonely City and watch it transform your life. I think it's one of the most beautifully written books. My one complaint is, I think it's not even a complaint, it's more of it's an observation that The Lonely City, perhaps, was by Olivia Laing, has a lot of academic writing. So it's kind of slightly formal. And what I believe is that had it been even slightly less formal, or a little informal, I would have needed to really see someone right now, because it really impacted me with whatever writing it has. And had it been slightly more personal, I would have struggled with finishing it, because it would have been really serious. And not because it's not a good book, but it's so amazing and wonderful, and gives you reality check on every page, on each page. And each chapter has a new artist that is being discussed, and you kind of relate to all of them, and you realize how they portray their loneliness, and how their loneliness affected their art, and how it could have just transformed a lot of things for them had they worked in it. Or okay, just give me 1 second, there are a few people in the waiting room, but okay. Just give me 1 second, guys. I need to drop a text. Okay. But yeah, I genuinely believe Lonely City is one of the finest books we could have picked up for a book a month. And if you are not planning to, yeah, as Pokhraj said, academic writing is fun, but it's also very taxing. So I understand that a lot of you might not enjoy it. But once you look past this academic writing, this book is going to change the way you look at solitude, the way you are around people, the way you create art, and a lot more things. Pokhraj, Weber, is it Pride and Prejudice also when you're watching the 2005 adaptation? Well, yeah. Going to finish the second chapter tonight. Second last. Oh, that's wonderful, Jemish. But yeah. I really want to pick up A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara, but I'm just afraid that this book will break so many of us that I'm still not mentally prepared to recommend such an emotional read. And I want to pick it up as well, but I just can't bring myself to read it. Hey DY, I'll give you one suggestion, and it's completely selfish, but I hope it'll work for you. We pick up one book each month and we discuss it every Thursday. We have a WhatsApp book club where we discuss it. We discuss it on emails. So why don't you pick up the book that we pick up for the month of Feb, and you join us and you write to us, and we push each other towards finishing this book. Yeah. Also, guys, if you haven't, in case you haven't, watch this video on YouTube. It's about Olivia Laing's place. It's a house tour, and it's an absolutely beautiful place. There are so many books, of course. There's also a backyard that she has where she has a pond. There are so many wild plants, and there's no proper theme or to the, like, we have manicured lawns and whatnot. I think I got the word wrong, but it's she's let it grow out the way it wants to, and it just looks very pretty. Hey, Mohammed, I missed your comment. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars in Goodreads. It was a 5-star for me until the 6th chapter, but the last 2 chapters just did it for me. Wonderful. I'm struggling with rating books because I can't. Sometimes I decide in the moment this book is a 4, and then I read a book which is a 4, but not a 5, but it's better than that 4 I gave to the other book, and I'm just I get I get stuck in the middle of a crisis while reading books. Hey Vaishnavi, how are you? I loved whatever I've read so far, and it's very close to my heart because it has a lot of psychology in it. Same here. I like how she decodes each artist for you and how loneliness is affecting their art, which is true. For those of you who've read the book, what do you think? What were your favorite parts or what were your favorite chapters? Hey, Siddharth just became a godfather. Hey Siddharth, please write to us on Vaani at @chalchitratalks.com or vaibhav at @chalchitratalks.com or Saurabh at @chalchitratalks.com, and we'll add you to the respective groups on WhatsApp along with other perks. Lonely City is one such book after Kite Runner which stayed with me, and I feel I will be reading it again sometime soon. Hey Kushbu, that's so nice. Do not pick up A Little Life, please. This is Sandhini. It is devastating to read, and it has just so much in it. I know, and that's why I'm partly scared, because I'm not sure if I'm ready to read A Little Life, sorry, and that I was confused between two books, and the second book, which I decided not to go ahead with, was Lust for Life, and I was going to pick up Lust for Life for the month of Feb, but I thought I do not want to go ahead with a heavy read. And last year we'd picked up Kafka on the Shore, and I had said us time par that I do not want to pick up a difficult read. But well, look how it turned out. You can avoid Little Life, it's just overhyped, with the same thing being reiterated for about 800 pages. There are great moments in the book, undoubtedly, but I don't think it's worth one's time. I think I thank you so much for your insight, Gokul. I completely, really appreciate it. I just really want to read it because of I want to read it for those great moments, because from what I hear, those great moments make that book. And yeah. I also like how she keeps recalling all the artists in most of the chapters and just not forgetting the artist after the chapter ends. Oh, yes. I think my favorite chapter, my favorite chapter has to be, I really liked My Heart Opens to Your Voice because of the woman whose name I keep on forgetting. But I also liked the In Loving Him. And I really liked it because a few days ago, what page is it? And a few days ago, I think he would have turned 67, the artist that is mentioned in the chapter. I don't know why I'm fumbling. In the 5th chapter, the artist that is being mentioned is David Wojnarowicz. Really sorry for the pronunciation, but he must have, had he been alive, he would have been 67 today, and that's what Olivia Laing posted on her Instagram feed as well, and I was like, hey, that's really nice. Andy Warhol, yes. I really liked the ending I think the ending of that chapter was my favorite. Andy Warhol one where she just sums it up and she says, that's my heart opens to your voice. I really liked the ending. And that was the best closure I've ever received in a chapter in this book. She says he called it interview and it has survived right through to the present day. A symphony of human speech made by someone who knew exactly how much words cost and what consequences they can have, how they can start but also stop the opened organ of the heart. Really liked it. Okay, Stalin's favorite chapter until now is The Realms of the Unreal. I love how she's able to find different people that felt and realized loneliness and somehow embraced the feeling very subconsciously. And everyone's loneliness is different. And I really had a question for everyone who's here, and I know this is very slightly personal, so it's up to you guys if you want to answer it at all. But obviously the book is about loneliness and how cities, despite being so heavily populated, everyone feels lonely at one point or another. So, do you, I mean, cities can inherently be lonely for all of you. Was there any one such moment in the book where you probably associated a lot? Because I think there were quite a few moments in the book for me where I got very emotional. And I was very proud that we've picked up this book because guys, do like the stream. I just read Vansh's comment. Do like the stream and share it. The more the people like the stream, the more it gets recommended to people. I think I've been speaking pretty quickly yeah. I need to chill. But I think there were quite a few moments in the book where I got very emotional because I was like, hey, this is something I feel and I relate to. And I know I've spoken about this letter quite a few times, but in The Velocity of Being, there's a particular letter where the Velocity of Being is a book about, is a collection of letters where famous authors, artists are writing letters to kids on why they should read. And there's one particular chapter where the reason is that sometimes you'll find a book that understands you more than the people around you, and you'll be surprised because it has traveled across years to reach to you. And in that moment, to realize there's someone else who's probably lived the way you do, it's a warm hug, because expecting everyone to understand you is such an unfair commitment. And that was something I realized after reading The Lonely City. And it's absolutely wonderful for me. Piyu is here in the comments. Hi Piyu, I hope you're feeling better. I loved the chapter and loving him. It has stayed with me. Same here. Related a lot to the many of the images described in the Edward Hopper chapter. Hey Arpan, that's nice. I kind of felt bad for his wife a lot, especially the interview where he is being slightly rude and she starts filling in for him. As a reader, you kind of hate her for not letting him speak, but you slowly realize that perhaps she just loves him and she just wants him to come across as someone who's nice enough. And when she quotes Andy Warhol, if everyone isn't beautiful, then no one is. Yes, I really like it as well. I could relate with some of them, and those lines felt like someone just voiced all my longings out loud. Sweet. Books that made me cry in self-introspect were Catcher in the Rye, Hey Hey Hey, Willett, Moll Flanders, and of course Bhagavad Gita. That's really nice, Manisha. I hope you are reading or have read The Lonely City though, because it made me cry as well. And I cry a lot in movies, in books, while reading books, so. But in any case, I think I've spoken quite a lot. And I also have a few guests here. And I'll just let them in a few minutes. Yes, sir. What questions would... So we have 4 individuals who are going to join me right now. And what would your questions be for them? What are the pointers that you would like to discuss us, especially today? And for me, one of them is definitely going to be how their perspective of solitude and loneliness has changed and how they related to it. Hey, Being Happy, I've read the book and I really liked the first 60 pages. Hey, sweet. Hey, okay, Realm of the Unreal. Feels sad she didn't write a chapter. Yeah, I kind of felt bad also. I think whatever I did, I couldn't forget Valerie Solanas. Really felt bad for her. Longing does not mean one has failed, but that one is alive. Hey, nice. Lonely City made me cry on page number 8. Let's see what's on page number 8. Oh, you know what I've done? I've literally circled this page and drawn a heart over here. But yeah, loneliness is a very special place. I was enjoying the Edward Hopper so much but then I got to know about his wife and I just disliked his art suddenly. Hey, I think it's, especially when the artist is dead, I like to differentiate between the art and the artist. For me, I'll appreciate the art because that comes from somewhere, right? And the artist, you can definitely differ from. See, one, I cannot tell people what they should read and what they should watch, whether they should stop reading something because hey, the author wasn't doing this, and this is something I completely stand by. But I completely believe in differentiating the art from the artist and not judging the not dis I do not disrespect the art because I do not like the artist. There are so many authors who are problematic. There are so many people who are problematic, but the art that they've created makes us feel something, makes us feel alive at times, makes us question a lot of things. And I completely believe in it's a fine line, I agree, but I really want to consume art that makes me question a lot of things, that makes my perspective grow as an individual, makes me grow, full stop. And if the artist who's created that art is in question, I will just not entertain the artist, but I would really still want to grow. And if his art does help me, why not? But having said that, I won't endorse what the artist does. Never. Okay, so we have all the four guests here, and I'll introduce them one by one. So we have our godfathers, and Devil, Noel, and Shabad. I'm so sorry, I am not sure if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. And we also have our favorite creator, Pathik, today. Hey, Devil is here.
Hi. Hi, Vaani. Hi, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Hi,
Hello.
Shabad, I have a doubt. Is it Shabad? Is it Shabad? Is it
Shabbat.
Shabad? Right. Got it. Hey, Noel, how's your internet now?
Hello. Oh, much better.
Yeah,
Hopefully, this will stay. This will hold up.
great. Hi, Pathik.
हेलो वाणी, कैसे हो आप?
Welcome to ABM. I'm good. How are you?
बिल्कुल ठीक।
Nice. I was so we had Godfathers ki call and I spoke with Devil and she was so excited about the Lonely City and I was like, hey, this is the excitement we need maybe.
Yeah, I loved the book. I read it sometime back. I didn't read it
Yeah,
with the book of Vaani, but I had read it in October. And I was just dying for someone to talk to. I mean, someone read it, and so I can talk about it to someone. So I'm
nice.
glad
But
we're
like all of us have read The Lonely City now and you can speak as much as you want to.
So the first question would be like, which of the artists that you really were, connected to, or more like were shocked about reading? Like a lot of, I did not, except Andy Warhol, I had not heard about any of them. Edward Hopper
Mhm.
maybe a little bit because of the painting and all, but the
Yeah.
other all were very new to me. So which was the one that surprised you the most?
Guys, who would like to go first? Noel, should we start with you?
Hello. Yeah, you said
Yeah.
one more. That's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For me, it was David One Arrow Witch. Yeah, One Arrow Witch. Yes, for me
Nice.
that was the best, especially in the later parts. No, when I
Yeah.
think was it Render Goes or was it where she completes his story of
Zoe.
how he turned things around during the AIDS crisis and all. So, like for me, that's like among all the artists, he managed to come out of that. He managed to address loneliness, and
Yeah.
like that's a story of hope for me, even though it has a very sad ending.
Yeah.
But at least like okay, there's a way out. Like he was closest to the door, you know, for me. So मेरे को वो सही लगा. So that guy was my favorite among all.
Shabad, what about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Hooper. Hooper was like, that was very relatable, like, in the streets and all.
Nice. Do you also paint?
Um, I used to paint when I was younger.
Nice. Pathik, what was your favorite artist? Who was your favorite artist?
चैप्टर के हिसाब से देखें तो हेनरी डार्गर या डार्जर, आई डोंट नो प्रोनाउंसिएशन कैसा है,
Yeah.
वो नहीं पता मुझे, बट उनका
Same.
मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा सही लगा था। बट एक जो डिस्कवरी कहे कि एक और पर्सनैलिटी जो मुझे बहुत कनेक्ट हुई, वो थी वैलेरी सोलानास। उनके लिए
Yeah,
मेरे पास एक कविता भी है आज, तो जब वक़्त मिलेगा स्ट्रीम में तो हम उसे भी पढ़ेंगे। तो ये
definitely.
दोनों आर्टिस्ट्स मेरे लिए काफ़ी एक अच्छा कनेक्शन में
Mm.
से लगा मुझे।
For me, it was Valerie and it was David Wojnarowicz, however you pronounce his name. What about you, Devil?
Again, Henry Dagger. I mean, it was just such a sad, the entire story was so sad that there might be so much of talent that will be lost because there's no one to ask about them or no one to really mentor or encourage, right? So that was the most touching. I just wept after reading about like Henry Darger. And of course, Hopper was also a very fascinating journey of discovering what Hopper was, just not like I had just heard about Nighthawks, just a vague memory and all. And I was reading, I started Googling because I wanted to know what this painting was. And that's when it became a rabbit hole for me. And then I
Yeah.
discovered a wonderful YouTube channel, which was Great Art Explained. If anyone is interested,
Yeah.
there's a wonderful episode on Hopper's painting and how it became an inspiration for North French movies, and a lot of movies that entire setup had become an inspiration that I think Hitchcock also sort of replicated in one of his movie scenes. So that was just
Yeah.
very wonderful finding out about. It was just wonderful. And Hopper was married. He had a lifelong companion, and yet talking about the loneliness through his paintings, it was just a wonderful discovery.
Nice. And have you guys ever experienced loneliness? I'm pretty certain most of you live in tier 1, tier 2 cities.
Yes.
I mean, if you don't, I'm really sorry. But has it ever happened to you? Was there a point where you actually related to the lonely city a lot? Because I had so many moments where I was just, hey, this is a reality check I was running away from. I don't want to face it right now. And I read it especially when I was down with COVID and I was self-isolating. And it had just gotten so difficult for me to wake up every day and read one chapter. What about you guys?
For me, it was Olivia's journey was also very, very close to my heart because a few years back I had moved to UK, and it was a very lonely time for me. It was a new country. The weather was very gloomy, I'd moved to
Yeah.
Cambridge, so that place itself was very beautiful, fascinating, a lot of art and museums around, but yet it was a very lonely place. So for me, it was sort of, it took me back to that time where whatever Olivia was feeling, I was feeling the same. So for me, it was too close to the heart, and I had a lot of breakdowns while reading the book. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm still very happy that I could relate to it so much, and there's someone out there who could put that into words. So that was just wonderful.
What about you, Noel? I'm just
Oh
going
yeah,
clockwise as you guys are
yeah,
on my
yeah.
screen.
Oh, quite
Yeah.
lot of relatability, lot of relatability. Yes, lot of loneliness. Not had a lot of friends, so this was very clearly like Hopper's chapter was diagnosing me. It's like a cautionary tale that okay, this is stage 1 of your disease. If it goes ahead, it may turn into a Hopper character. Then you can surround yourself with people, but this is what is going to happen. But as I said, no, David ka jo story tha, it sort of proved that there's a way around it. There's a way to create links. There's a
Yeah.
way to handle it. So it was really nice. Like
What
initially thoda hard laga, but then baad mein like, अरे है ना, there's a way out of the maze. Don't worry.
Nice. What about you, Shabad? Was there any moment when you were reading and you just felt?
And he was when she जब वो वहां पे रेलवे स्टेशन पे जाती है तब
हाँ जी.
वो ओल्ड पर्सन से मिलती है तब मेरे को बहुत वो लगा कि एम्पैथी फीलिंग
Yeah.
हाँ
वही जब she is not talking to him, she's not reverting
यस
to him and वो बस बात कर yeah.
हाँ
I could feel her guilt like वो जब आप ऐसे घर पहुंचेगा तो
यस
shit. Yeah.
just after that
Yeah. And what about you, Pathik?
मेरी पास ना थोड़े से दो टाइप के आंसर है इसके। एक तो मेन तो वो है कि मैंने ना 2018 से मेरी क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस शुरू की थी, मतलब क्लिनिकल साइकोलॉजी के फील्ड में। सो ये था कि ये बुक मुझे वहां ले गई जब मैंने शुरू में एक्सपीरियंस करना शुरू किया था लाइक पेशेंट्स के साथ। तो उस वक्त ना ये होता था कि जब कोई आके अपनी कहानी बताए या अपना जो केस है वो हम देखे, तो रात को ना ऐसे घर जाते वक्त ये होता कि यार इतना दुख है लोगों का, और सारी स्टोरीज के साथ इतना ये होता था, बट साथ में सीखना भी वही था कि इनके दुख में आपको पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करना है, आपको किनारे पे रह के उन्हें बाहर लाना है।
Yeah.
तो वो इवेंचुअली फिर प्रैक्टिस बढ़ती गई क्लिनिक की। तो मुझे ना मेरे वो क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस के फर्स्ट मंथ के दिन ऐसे याद आ गई ये किताब पढ़ते हुए कि राइटर जिस तरीके से इन केसेस को देखते थे जब सारे आर्टिस्ट के, तो वो नजरिया बहुत ऐसा था कि उनपे क्या इम्पैक्ट रहा होगा ना, वो मुझे पता था क्योंकि मैं हर रोज ऐसे केसेस देखता था कि जो सेम इशू के हो, भले वो आर्टिस्ट नहीं थे बट लोनलीनेस तो कॉमन थे ना। तो वो एक था। और दूसरा फिर ये कि ये किताब ना बहुत हद तक मुझे इतनी सारी कविताएं याद आई इसे पढ़ते हुए कि साथ साथ में एक अलग वो जैसे लोग म्यूजिक का प्लेलिस्ट रखते हैं, वैसे मैं बहुत सारी गजल कविता ये सब मैं साथ साथ में खोजता रहा। जैसे अभी एक शेर याद है मुझे निदा फाजली साहब का जो मुझे आया था, क्योंकि टाइटल इतना अच्छा है ना, तो मैं पहले मेरे दिमाग में आया था कि एकांत शहर के निवासी, इसका हिंदी टाइटल कितना अच्छा होगा अगर कभी हिंदी किताब बनी तो। फिर
Yeah.
मुझे याद आया कि ऐसा एक शेर है कि निदा फाजली साहब ने लिखा था कि दुश्मन बहुत है उसके, शायद वो आदमी अच्छा होगा, अ, वो भी मेरी ही तरह इस शहर में तन्हा होगा। एक महफिल में होती है कई महफिलें शरीक, एक महफिल में होती है कई महफिलें शरीक, पास जाके देखो तो हर शख्स अकेला होगा। तो मुझे वो आया कि कितनी सारी हिंदी साहित्य या उर्दू में ऐसा है कि जो इस किताब से रिलेट करते, तो वो बहुत मजा आया मुझे ये किताब पढ़ने में।
Nice. आई थिंक इससे पहले हमने आगा शाहिद अली की किताब पढ़ी थी फॉर डिसम्बर, द वेल स्वीट, एंड उसमें भी ही लाइक यू डोंट रियलाइज इट बट यू रियलाइज हिज पोइट्री इज ऑल्सो वेरी लोनली, लाइक उसमें बहुत सारे रेफरेंसेस है वेर यू एंड अप फीलिंग लोनली और द लवर इज लेफ्ट यू, एंड मैं उसी जोन में जा रही थी बिकॉज आई थिंक हमारी लास्ट फ्यू बुक्स हैव बीन unintentionally about loneliness. Like we picked up on earth we have cost of living से शुरू कर लेते हैं तो cost of living, on earth we are briefly gorgeous, the whale sweet, and now this one. And I also have another question for you guys. Like अभी किसी ने पूछा था Edward Hopper. I was really enjoying researching his paintings, studying them and everything. And suddenly there's this mention कि हाँ वो अपनी वाइफ के साथ बहुत ऐसे जो भी करता था ट्रीट करता था. What is your opinion? What is your opinion on the debate of art versus the artist? And I know बहुत like थोड़ा सा political हो गया और maybe थोड़ा सा controversial हो गया. What do you guys think? I think personally there is a एक particular year से पहले वाले artists को तो हम judge ही नहीं कर सकते because society में बहुत different setup होता था. So whatever they did was something they grew up with, and वहाँ पे morally वो नहीं कर सकते थे उसको justify जो भी है because of the society के trends जितने भी थे. And I personally do not believe that अगर आपको art is affecting you in a certain way, if you're growing with the art, obviously you would be against the viewpoint that art is जहाँ से आ रहा है, but you can always appreciate the art. This is something I personally believe in. What about you guys? We can start with Pathik because Pathik से ऐसे वापस एंटी क्लॉकवाइज चल पड़ते हैं. Yeah.
Yes. तो सबसे पहले तो हम ओलिविया लैंग की ही किताब का रिकमेंडेशन ले सकते हैं यहाँ पे कि इससे पहले की जो बुक थी उन्होंने वो इसी टॉपिक पर लिखी थी एक हद तक, और जिसमें सारे ही ऐसे एल्कोहलिक राइटर्स के बारे में उन्होंने बात की है। तो एक एक वहां से ये टॉपिक ही निकल के आता है, एक एक फिर बुकोव्स्की ऐसे एक निकल के आते हैं जो इन सारों में से एक बदनाम नाम है। तो मेरा पर्टिकुलरली एक्सपीरियंस ये रहा है कि मुझे ना हमेशा कुछ रीजन जो भी हो, बट ऐसे आर्टिस्ट का ही काम बहुत फैसिनेटिंग लगा है। और फिर ये एक आदत रही है कि ऐसे काम के आर्टिस्ट को फिर ज्यादा उनके बारे में पढ़ा जाए, तो मुझे फिर उनकी स्टोरीज देखने में भी ऐसा लगता है। तो एक ये है कि मैं उन्हें मोरली जज नहीं करता, बट कहीं ना कहीं ये होता है कि मैं अगर उनका आर्ट मुझे पसंद आता है तो मैं उन्हें एक हद तक पूरा एक्सप्लोर करके समझने की कोशिश करूंगा कि क्या साइकी रही होगी उनकी, या किस जोन में होंगे क्या, क्योंकि हर एक की कहानी तो वही होती है कि ट्रिगर पॉइंट शुरू कहाँ से हुआ। तो हमें ये पता है कि आउट प्रोडक्ट तो ये है कि ये ऐसा खराब आदमी बना या इस तरीके से एंड हुए वो पर्सनैलिटी, बट उसकी शुरुआत का पॉइंट कहीं ना कहीं से मिलता है, तो उनकी कहानी वहां से एक पता चलती है। सो मेरे लिए वो फैसिनेटिंग है, और फिर एक कनेक्ट करना कि हाँ इस वजह से शायद उनके आर्ट पे ये असर हुआ होगा। तो इसलिए मुझे ऐसे आर्टिस्ट की कहानी एक्सप्लोर करना ज्यादा पसंद आता है।
Nice. What about you, Shabad?
मुझे फिर है ना, मुझे एक्चुअली ये जो हॉपर था उसका मतलब ऐसे वो देख के बहुत अजीब सा लगा कि मतलब वो उसकी आर्ट इतने सारे पेंटिंग वो सक्सेसफुली इतने फेमस भी हो गए, फिर भी उसको लोनलीनेस फील हो रहा था।
Yeah.
और मतलब हाँ
No. That's true. Like you realize after some point Lonely City पढ़ के कि no matter how much success you get, or Andy Warhol के case में no matter how many friends you make, you still end up feeling lonely if you don't actually cure yourself from within.
हाँ
there was there was this I don't know, like when I had just turned 13 or something, like preteens, there was this particular section jo I think everyone is allowed to read in school libraries, Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul. And there was this one particular very very stupid poetry, but usme ek line thi, there was this kid who had written like, do you like the company you keep when everyone else walks away? And I just think that's so true. Like, you should enjoy the company you keep when everyone else is not around. And I think that's one way to just, I don't know, not be lonely all the time, when obviously, but yeah, that's one thing that I think is very true. Just do something to enjoy your company when everyone else walks away. I think that's also the definition of self-love or whatever. But yeah, Noel, what do you think? Not about the lines that I just spoke, but in
Art
general.
versus artist, na?
Yeah.
I wonder because this though happens a lot. There's like every 2 days you'll hear someone is cancelled or something will come out about them and whatnot, and then suddenly you just have to delete all the files of them and whatnot. And should you? Then it's like a judgment on you. Oh, what is your opinion
Yeah.
about this person? Do you still
Do you
support
like
this
them?
person? Yeah. That is like rampant. Oh, you're still listening to his jokes. How dare you? And then they're like, I
How
torrented it, so
could
I'm not
you?
supporting him generally. Generally,
Yeah.
I'm like, but I thought about it a lot in the past 2 3 years, and I just figured that the distance between, like, if one is what work they're doing and one is whether they're good or they're bad, say morally, right? So
Yeah.
like a person's good or bad affects me and the people around me and anything in my power if there is a proximity towards me, right? So like if the artist is like on the other side of the world, it doesn't matter what they are doing, like in terms of impact. I can say good. If I say good, if I say bad, it's the same thing. It amounts to the same thing. But like it was a weird thing for me when Louis C.K. ka cheese bahar aaya, but I still had to laugh at his jokes because they were that funny. But at the same time, there'll be some other comedian jiska kuch agar samne aa gaya, I may not look at it. So I think it's, for me, it has just been on an artist to artist basis. If you can separate the, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. It's very intrinsic, I feel. It's not something that you can control. Like Jerry Seinfeld and Stephen Colbert had this conversation about Bill Cosby, and they both came from two different points of view, and they both were just like Jerry Seinfeld could and Stephen Colbert couldn't. So I think it's an instinct rather than a can you or can you not. It's out of your control.
I
It's
think
again
what's even worse is that when people tell you what to watch and what you shouldn't watch, like, hey,
yeah, they don't know what they're. If
that's
that's stupid.
that's
Dude, the
very
internet has a
it,
search bar. That is how much power the internet is
yeah.
giving me.
What about you, Devalai? Just the art versus the artist thing.
That's again a very subjective thing. Just when the Me Too movement had started, there was this huge Twitter debate and discussion happening that do you really disconnect an art from an artist? And my personal take on this is no, we cannot do that. And it would be like taking an important part of what had come out from that artist. So you cannot really detach yourself from, you cannot detach the two of it. But what I personally believe is that when we did not know what the person was, and if we have enjoyed that art or whatever has been the outcome, that's okay. It's not like everybody was bad throughout. Something bad happened, and henceforth I may not support that person if they come out with new content or new art, but I may have enjoyed that past in the past and I'll continue to do so. So it's a very subjective thing as to how much you can let go and how much of it you can compromise. I mean, more recently, like very recently, we've been hearing a lot of things about Birju Maharaj, who passed away very recently, right? And it's a controversial thing. Like, we have enjoyed the dance that he has done over the years, and we've enjoyed everything. And now this comes out that we cannot really detach from that enjoyment that we already have enjoyed in the past. So I think it's a very subjective thing, and maybe I will not support that person in the future, but yeah, I will still enjoy the art they have already created before I knew what they were.
Sweet. And my last question for you guys: especially to Pathak, because I know he's also a psychology major, how difficult do you think it is to get out of loneliness? And what would you have you ever tried to get out of your loneliness? Like these two questions, like how difficult it is to get out of loneliness, and what did you do to get out of loneliness when you were feeling pretty low and lonely? Who wants to go first? I'll like no clockwise, anti-clockwise thing. Like whosoever wants to go first, or whosoever wants to go at all.
I think it is pretty.
You asked a bunch of introverts about their innermost. Yeah, I'll go first. I think, yeah, it is very difficult because it's a lot of it is just conditioning, na? And she lays it out to you. Oh shit, what happened? Right. 1 second, am I back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, yeah. I think this one, Olivia Laing lays it out also, no, about with all. Like that was one part of the book that I really enjoyed, the literature about, the scientific literature about loneliness and all. And that sort of normalized, like, oh, I'm not crazy. Oh, I'm not like, this is not just happening to me. This is how things affect you. This is how your mind processes things. So because a lot of it is just conditioning, a lot of it is just you reacting in a way, like basically it's like being afraid of the swimming pool because you drowned the first time, like that's one paper that she mentioned. Like it's that way, that because there are past experiences that made you feel afraid, you don't go for newer experiences, or you're afraid of anything more, and that just, there's a compounding effect to that and whatnot. So it takes for me it just happened by changing perspective, and that happened with therapy this year because COVID isolation sort of put things on overdrive. So so therapy, or something like therapy, where you sit down and you sort of analyze why your thoughts are acting in a certain way, and sort of like a reason to look at things in a different perspective, and then incrementally improve, incrementally make changes, and then maybe, and then you realize how comfortable you are with company, right? Because that's another paradigm. Just because loneliness is not great does not mean you enjoy socializing. Maybe you're a person who likes the company of 3 people. Maybe you're a person who enjoys a party. Maybe you're a person who truly likes to be alone, who has like a set number of hours in the day that they can interact with people. So it's not so much as getting out of loneliness, but just finding out how much, it's like how much you eat every day, or how much chai you need, or how much coffee you need every day. How much people do you need every day? That is the question that needs to be answered. Like how much of humanity can you bear?
How much of human interaction can you take? Yeah.
That's it.
Nice. What do you think, Deval?
For me, I have battled loneliness for quite some time. And I think the COVID lockdown was something where I was forced to confront it. Otherwise, it was like you have your job, you meet people during the day. It's only and you have plans on the weekend. But COVID lockdown actually forced me to really understand how lonely I am. And I realized it's not that bad. Okay. It's like if you don't have to fight it all the time. And for me, the second question that you asked was like, how do you overcome it? How you battle it? In all honesty, and I realized that I've battled loneliness over my entire life. Like I'm my entire life, right from the school where I have had amazing friends, college, throughout my life. But what has been a constant in my life is my books. So when I was forced in the lockdown, I was surrounded by books and I realized that I'll be okay. It's not that bad. It's all going to be okay. So that's my take on it. As long as I have something to read, I'm surrounded by books, I'll be fine. That was the conclusion and a life lesson that I learned.
What about you, Shabbat? That was really nice, David. Yeah.
मेरे हिसाब से कोविड-19 में तो लोनलीनेस तो सबको हुई ही
Yeah.
रहेगी एंड
Yeah.
लाइक यू नो नॉर्मल फील करने से सबकी स्टोरी सुनने से और नॉर्मल फील करने से उससे बहुत हेल्प मिलता है एंड मतलब फैमिली के साथ रहो फिर तो
Sweet.
या
Pathik, what do you say?
वेल मेरा कैसा है कि अभी तक मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि मैंने लोनलीनेस खुद के लिए एक्सपीरियंस की है, क्योंकि मैं शुरू से ही अकेला रहता था और मुझे काइंड ऑफ वो बहुत कंफर्टेबल है।
Yeah.
और फिर बाकी के 4 साल में तो एक ये भी मतलब क्योंकि मेरी पर्सनैलिटी ऐसी थी कि मैं कम लोगों से बात करता हूँ, कम बाहर जाना पसंद करता हूँ, तो जितने ज्यादा वही है कि आप क्लिनिकल फील्ड में गए तो रोज इतने लोगों से मिलना, सुबह से शाम लेके इतने पेशेंट्स, उनकी स्टोरीज, तो फिर आप चूज करते हो कि अब ये तो मैं अकेला रहूंगा इतना समय। लाइक मेरा प्राइमरी फोन भी ना ये है ऐसा, तो
Nice.
बहुत ट्राई करता हूँ कि कनेक्शन कम रहे थोड़ा सा, ताकि मैं वो अपने जोन में एक रह सकूं। और दूसरी बात ये एक है कि जो आपने इसके साथ एक सवाल पूछा था कि ये कितना डिफिकल्ट हो सकता है अगर अ, कोई एक्सपीरियंस कर रहा है तो सबसे मेन बात तो वही है, पता है कि हम लोगों को कहते हैं कि कितना आसान होता है कि लोगों से जाके मिल लो या बात कर लो, बट हमेशा जहाँ कहीं भी हमें नोटिस होता है ना कि ये एक ऐसा फेज है जब हम किसी को देखते हैं कि ये शायद लोनली हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये किताब भी हमें यही सिखा दिया ना। लोनली सिटी कहा है कि अकेलापन इतना ज्यादा प्रेवलेंट है ना कि वो अपने आप में एक शहर है, कि मतलब
Yeah.
अकेलापन भी अकेला नहीं है, उसका एक पूरा शहर बसा हुआ है। तो
Yes.
वो बात है कि तो उसके एक्सपीरियंस बड़े इम्पैक्टफुल रहे मेरे साथ, कि जितने केसेस देखे मैंने, या जो जितनी एक लंबी थेरेपी प्रोसेस के साथ आप रहते हो किसी के साथ, तो कि ये इतनी आसान बात नहीं है कि किसी को जस्ट ऐसा लगे कि वो लोनली फील कर रहे हैं तो एक सेशन में उनके साथ बात की और फिर वो बाहर आ जाएंगे। इट टेक्स ऐसे मिनिमम 8 to 10 सेशंस, तो हमें जहाँ से कुछ होप दिखे। तो वो एक ये बात है कि अगर कोई भी लोग जो इवन ये स्ट्रीम देख भी रहे हैं या किताब पढ़ते वक्त, जैसे वाणी आप कह रहे थे कि कुछ ऐसे लगता है कि विच इज नॉट, तो उस वक्त जरूर बात कर लेनी चाहिए किसी ना किसी से, वरना अगर आप उस बार एक बार उसमें चले गए ना तो बाहर आना काफी मुश्किल है, कि खुद से पूरी प्रोसेस, या तो फिर आप आर्ट क्रिएट करने लग जाओगे, कुछ एक्सप्रेशन का वे ढूंढ लोगे कि कोपिंग क्या है आपका, अदरवाइज बहुत डार्क जोन हो सकता है। सो यस, वो प्रोसेस बड़ी डिफिकल्ट है।
Yeah.
That's really nice, guys. Do you have any final words about the book before we wrap this discussion? Anyone?
वेल मेरे पास वेलेरी के लिए एक कविता है।
Yeah, please, 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 Pathik.
Yes.
We'll end with that
Yeah.
kavita. Yeah.
तो मैंने ना 2017 में स्वानंद किरकिरे से, मैं बॉम्बे में उनका एक इंटीमेट शो था, वो मैंने अटेंड किया था, तो वहां पर उन्होंने एक कविता पढ़ी थी, उसी वक्त उन्होंने लिखी थी। वो इस केस पे थी, अगर आपको पता हो तो, कंदिल बलूच करके एक पाकिस्तानी मॉडल थी,
Yes.
और उनका जो केस था तो
Yeah.
उसको डेडिकेट करते हुए लिखी थी, बट उनका कहना काफी हद तक यही था कि इस तरीके की जो फीमेल कैरेक्टर्स है, जिनकी एक अलग लड़ाई रहती है समाज के साथ, और क्योंकि जस्ट बिकॉज उन्हें अपना मन का करना था, पर अब बात ऐसी है कि अगर किसी फीमेल को ये करना है तो उसको रेबेल बनना पड़ेगा, वरना वो एक्सेप्टेड नहीं है। तो फिर उसके लिए उन्होंने ये कविता लिखी थी, और जब मैंने वेलेरी का जब किस्सा पढ़ा तो सबसे
Yeah.
पहले ये कविता याद आई मुझे, कि 3 साल 4 साल पहले मैंने ये कविता सुनी थी और ये इसके लिए एग्जैक्ट फिट है। तो फिर मैंने वापस उसे ढूंढा, वापस लिखा। तो यस, स्वानंद किरकिरे जी की ये कविता है, और इसका शीर्षक है वो लड़की धूम धड़ाका थी।
Nice.
तो वो लिखते हैं कि वो लड़की धूम धड़ाका थी, वो खंजर थी वो दराता थी, वो मिश्री थी वो बताशा थी, वो लड़की धूम धड़ाका थी। वो चलती नहीं बस बहती थी, वो चलती नहीं बस बहती थी, सच सीधे दिल के कहती थी। कुछ कहते थे वो आशा थी, कुछ कहते महज तमाशा थी, वो लड़की धूम धड़ाका थी। वो बादल बिजुरी हंसती थी, वो बादल बिजुरी हंसती थी, वो सावन भादो रोती थी। कुछ कहते दिल को दिलासा थी, तो कुछ कहते केवल झांसा थी, वो लड़की धूम धड़ाका थी। वो अपने दिल में आई थी, वो अपने दिल में आई थी, और 2 पल को सुस्ताई थी। अब थोड़ा वो मुस्काई थी, हर रोम में लपट उठाई थी। हमने भी बड़े जतन किए, उसको भी वश में कर लाए। हमने भी बड़े जतन किए, उसको भी वश में कर लाए। हमको सदियों से आदत है, जो भाए उसे जीत के घर लाए। रेती मुट्ठी से निकल गई, रेती मुट्ठी से निकल गई, वो वक्त के जैसे फिसल गई। वो जीवन की परिभाषा थी, वो जीवन की परिभाषा थी। कुछ कहे जुए का पासा थी, वो लड़की धूम धड़ाका थी। जब गई तो आखिर समझे हम, जब गई तो आखिर समझे हम, वो कुदरत बन के आई थी। जिस लम्हा हम वो एक हुए, बस एक लम्हे की कमाई थी। वो आई, वो आई आकर चली गई, वो शाम सुहानी ढल गई। कुछ कहे के रूपा सोना थी, कुछ कहे की तांबा कांसा थी, वो लड़की धूम धड़ाका थी। अब भी दिल के नशे मन में, अब भी दिल के नशे मन में एक उसका कमरा खाली है। वहां उस कमरे के शीशे पर उसके जौबन की लाली है। अब ना जाने कहाँ रहती है वो, अब ना जाने कहाँ रहती है वो, जाने कौन दिशा में बहती है वो। सब कहते उसका कत्ल हुआ, सब कहते उसका कत्ल हुआ, वो कुलत छिनी कुलनाशा थी। वो लड़की धूम धड़ाका थी, वो लड़की धूम धड़ाका थी।
Nice.
सो
Very nice.
इसका जो पूरा ये जो है ना कि कितनी हद तक वो सही थी, कितनी हद तक वो गलत थी, बट उसने जो भी चीज की ना उसमें उसकी पैशन 100% थी। और फिर समाज ने जिस भी तरीके से उसे जज किया हो, पर उसकी अपनी एक तरफ की जो पैशन थी वो तो थी।
Yeah.
तो
Sweet.
ये एक वेलेरी की बात थी जो मुझे ऐसे लगी थी कि लोग उसको जैसे भी देखते हो कि उसने क्यों एंडी वॉर्हल को ये किया यार,
Yeah.
बट हमें उसकी वो प्रोसेस देखनी चाहिए। उसकी जब कहानी बताई थी, जब उसे वहां असाइलम में डाला था या जेल में डाला, तो वो पूरा पार्ट यही था कि उसे कैसे कंट्रोल करने की एक कोशिश जो थी।
Yeah.
फिर ये कहानियां हमें ऐसे मिलती है, फिर कुछ बहुत अच्छे शब्द में स्वानंद किरकिरे ने इस चीज को कविता में डाला।
Thank you, Pathik, for introducing us to this poetry. Yeah,
It's
this is really
beautiful. Yeah.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. And thank you guys for joining. Abhi, you guys can leave the chat, but stay in the comments because I'll also be revealing the book for the month of Feb, and I hope all of you will also be reading. I'm pretty certain Noel reads almost every book that we pick up for a book a month, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah. That's the one book I'm like, okay, this is prescribed reading. This you have to read. This you
This
have to
is
finish.
really nice.
Otherwise, you'll forget how to read. So
Yeah.
please do that.
Okay, guys. So thank you so much for joining. It was really, really nice to have all of you.
Yeah.
And thank you for Pathik for the poetry also. It was really, really nice.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Guys,
guys.
Thank you.
bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Okay, guys. So that was a really nice session, and I would also like to appreciate being happy in the comments. I really liked some of his comments that I couldn't address earlier, especially this one that I read यहाँ पे. When solitude starts turning into loneliness, those accustomed to their solitude can find it very difficult to turn that back into the lovely and comforting solitude. Okay, this is nice. So, whosoever is going to pick up this book, and we're also going to be joined by a guest, a wonderful, wonderful guest. Take a wild, wild guess who it might be, and they're going to recommend us the book for the book a month of Feb, because I realized I don't read a wide variety of books. I don't read, say, I don't read fantasy. I don't read a lot of sci-fi. I don't read a lot of self-help also. So I thought we could get some help from there. And I'm just waiting for the guest also to show up. But meanwhile, I'm really, really happy how so many of you were still present here throughout the session. And I tried to be very active with it because sometimes it gets a little monotonous. But this is absolute. I'm really happy. The Lonely City, I think, is one of those books which makes me a little emotional, but I think it's one of those books that should be should be prescribed reading. But yeah, we have the guest here, and you guys have still not, yeah. It's not Tim Ferriss or Jane Austen or Rohan Joshi, but this is none other than. Hey, hi, Vaibhav. Are you here? Okay. So yeah, Vaibhav is here. Hey,
Hi, how
Vaibhav
are
is
you?
here. He's here in a blazer. It's so nice.
Yeah,
Agli baar se we'll ask everyone to join us in formals.
yeah.
This is actually a good idea. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. मैं काफी excited
Everyone
हूँ.
thought either Rohan Joshi or Sahil Shah is going to join us.
Sorry to disappoint, guys. Sorry to disappoint. How are you?
Yes. I'm good. Were you able to watch our discussion? Were you able to read
या मैं
थोड़ा
देख
सा?
रहा था. मैं साथ साथ देख रहा था. मैंने पथिक की कविता भी सुनी. So
Did you
काफी
like
सही
it?
था. Yeah, it was really nice.
And did you get a chance to like skim through or read The Lonely City? I know you've read one chapter, so that's why I'm asking.
नहीं मैंने एंडी वरॉल वाला पढ़ा. मेरे को काफी सही लगा. एंड मेरे को जो पहला जो प्रेफेस टाइप क्या बोलते हैं उसको, वो भी बहुत सही लगा था. वेयर शी वाज जस्ट टेलिंग अबाउट व्हाई शी रोट दिस नॉवेल. मेरे को बहुत ज्यादा पसंद आया था वो. तो या मैन, लाइक इट्स लाइक आपने खत्म कर ली थी किताब?
Yeah.
ओके.
I like towards the end I had to rush, but more or less, yes. I
ओके.
really like how you've come in a blazer today. It's really nice.
या आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू सी इफ आई हैव माय किंडल विद मी राइट नाउ.
Okay, you
मैं
can.
नाम बोल के भी रिवील कर सकता हूँ. आप किंडल पे दिखा देना.
Sure. I'll do that. So, so I've decided to have a lot of guests in a book a month also, or at least alternate months में हम कर सकते हैं guests को because
इसको आप ऐसे मत, अच्छा ऐसे ट्रीट कर रहे हो?
yeah, you're a guest for a book a month
नहीं ऐसे
for the
मत
month of
करो.
Feb.
ओके,
That will
तो
ensure
पहले थोड़ा
Vaibhav
माहौल
finishes it.
बनाते हैं. क्या कह रहे हो? सॉरी.
So we'll ensure कि Vaibhav ये book खत्म करे, or maybe he's
हाँ,
already read it. We never know.
मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा माहौल बनाता हूँ because I'm really excited about this.
Yeah.
तो
Are you going to introduce the book?
yeah,
Will
I'm
you be
going to, but like उससे पहले थोड़ी बात कर लेते हैं. मैं कुछ कहना चाह रहा था. Just like give me a sec. मैं comments भी साथ साथ देख रहा हूँ. कोई मेरे को गुड इवनिंग वैभव सर कह रहा है. वो फॉर्मल्स ऐसे कर देते. गुड इवनिंग वैभव सर.
Yeah.
ओके. सो पहले तो मैं चाहता हूँ सब लोग गेस करें कि ये कौन सी किताब है इन चैट. लाइक मेक अ गेस. ट्राई टू लाइक थोड़ा ट्राई करो क्या हो सकता है. मैं लकी विनर्स के नाम भी बताऊंगा हु कैन गेस इट करेक्टली. ठीक है.
Yeah.
एंड दूसरी चीज, yes, I have read this book and I really liked it. तो yeah, मैं ऐसे blush कर रहा हूँ. Fuck dude, like it.
You're an esteemed guest for the month of Feb.
नहीं वो मैं उसलिए blush नहीं कर रहा हूँ. ये
Why are you
सोच के कर. I am like
Because of the book you're going to recommend us?
नहीं, मतलब कि जब लोग पढ़ेंगे.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Are the links ready?
Yeah, I'm just checking with Akash. He hasn't replied to my message. If Akash is watching this stream, Akash, please confirm.
सौरभ से हो टच में?
Let me just drop a message.
या क्योंकि लिंक एकदम से आ जाना चाहिए. मेरे को पता नहीं मैं इतना स्माइल क्यों कर.
That's nice.
अरे I found a very cool filter, dude.
You did?
Yeah, on Snapseed. अभी अभी मैंने फेवरेट किया था उसको.
Yeah.
How was it?
It's really nice, but you're a month late for this.
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं.
But this is nice.
100 लोग आ गए,
Akash
जल्दी से
is
लाइक कर
just sending the link, but तब तक why don't you give us like a little hint
नहीं, मैं
as to
सभी बता देता हूँ.
give me a minute.
यार मैं हिंट नहीं दे सकता.
Okay. And
मेरी स्माइल मेरा हिंट है गाइस. माय स्माइल इज द हिंट.
I like how हम कितना कर रहे हैं and then yes. Okay. Cool. So, should I do the drum rolls today?
यार मैं कैसे करता हूँ. या तो बुक का नाम तो आप ही रिवील करो.
Drum rolls, guys. I hate how आपके होते हुए I'm giving the drum rolls.
चलो नहीं करते हैं. कौन बता रहा है बुक का नाम?
You are going to tell us because you're the guest.
Okay guys, a book a month with Vaani, Feb 2022 की जो पिक है, और शुड आई से जो पिक्स हैं, क्योंकि अगर आप पढ़ना चालू करोगे जो पिक है, आप आगे की भी किताबें पढ़ोगे. द book a month for Vaani's pick for February 2022 is Three Body Problem. And I am going crazy right now. I'm blushing like this क्योंकि 2 दिन पहले मैंने थ्री बॉडी प्रॉब्लम का सेकंड पार्ट खत्म किया था. बेसिकली
Vaibhav for the first time is ahead of us in
तो
reading.
थ्री बॉडी प्रॉब्लम एक ट्रिलॉजी है, जिसके बारे में आपको गूगल नहीं करना चाहिए. ओके, मेरी कुछ बातें सुन लो बिफोर यू गेट इनटू थ्री बॉडी प्रॉब्लम. और मैं कैमरे में देख के बात कर रहा हूँ, तो आई एम रियली रियली सीरियस अबाउट दिस. सो देयर आर three books in three body problem. The first one is called Three Body Problem. It's a trilogy. पहली थ्री बॉडी प्रॉब्लम है, सेकंड डार्क फॉरेस्ट है, द डार्क फॉरेस्ट, एंड थर्ड है डेथ्स एंड. आई एम ऑन द थर्ड बुक राइट नाउ. मैंने आज ही स्टार्ट की थी, थोड़ी सी पढ़ी, बट पहली बुक जब आप खत्म करोगे तो एक तो आपका दिमाग फट जाएगा, वो जैसे रोहन जोशी ने बोला था, इट इज ट्रू. बट जब आप दूसरी पढ़ना चालू करोगे तो एक्सपेक्टेशंस तो चाहे कितनी भी हाई रख लो, वो तो सरपास होंगी, मेरे को उसकी दिक्कत नहीं है. बट जस्ट नो दैट द सेकेंड बुक इज वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट बुक. आई एम नॉट वरीड कि आपको पसंद आएगी, अंडरवेलमिंग, ओवरवेलमिंग, वो वेलमिंग लगेगी, वो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. बट दे आर लाइक वेरी वेरी डिफरेंट बुक्स, बट लाइक इट स्टिल लाइक स्टिक्स टुगेदर. और मैंने ये 2 पढ़ी है, तो आई कैन कमेंट अबाउट दीज. सेकेंड पॉइंट, इवन इफ यू आर नॉट इनटू साइ-फाई, ज्यादा टेंशन मत लो. अगर कहीं पे भी ओवरवेलमिंग हो रहा है, तो एक तो अगर आप हमारे पेट्रन हो तो आप बुक क्लब में लिखो, हम आपस में एक दूसरे को हेल्प करेंगे. बट अदरवाइज ऑल्सो लाइक फोकस ऑन द पार्ट. मैं तो ऐसे ही पढ़ता हूँ किताबें कि कंटेक्स्ट क्या है, स्टोरी क्या है. सो मैं ऐसे बैठ के इतनी टेंशन नहीं लेता कि ओके ये क्या, ये फिजिक्स सही लगी है यहाँ पे, वो मत लोड लेना कि ग्रेविटी इतनी होनी चाहिए, नहीं. ऐसे आराम से पढ़ना है इसको. एंड नंदन, आई एम सॉरी, नंदन ने बहुत पहले गेस कर दी थी, तो मैंने झूठ बोल दिया था.
It's starting me. The moment I announced कि hey, I'll also be revealing the book for the month of February, he was like, is it three body problem? I was like, नहीं यार, इतने जल्दी we don't want good answers, nice, correct answers.
Yeah. So, and I also want you guys to comment in the chat. Three body problem is the new money ball. Yeah. So, Three Body Problem is a sci-fi book. Please don't read anything about it. क्योंकि मैंने जो एक्सपीरियंस किया था किताब पढ़ते टाइम कि ये किताब है किस बारे में, ये मेरे को आफ्टर 75% ऑफ द फर्स्ट बुक पता चला. अच्छा, ये किताब इस बारे में. सो टू फील दैट थिंग, डोंट गूगल व्हाट इट इज अबाउट, डोंट टॉक टू एनीवन कि किस बारे में है, एंड बस पढ़ो पढ़ो पढ़ो. और जब पहली खत्म हो फिर बताना. मैं तो यही दरख्वास्त करूंगा कि वानी आप चैट में तीनों बुक्स का लिंक डलवाओ, ऑल द बुक्स. तो इसकी रीडिंग आप ऐसे कर सकते हो कि पहली तो मैंडेटरी है, तीनों आप 1 महीने में खत्म नहीं कर पाओगे. वैसे इतनी मैंने 2 तो कर दी 1 महीने में खत्म.
I
तो
think
2
3 हो जाएंगी if
3 बेसिकली. पहली बुक 300 350 पेज की है, दूसरी 400 500 पेज की है, तीसरी 600 पेज की है. So
Guys, ये मान लेते हैं that this is our practice for reading a little life, which we'll pick up probably in the future months.
नाइस. हाँ, तो 1200-1300 पेज का टेक्स्ट है. मेरा भी अभी मतलब मैंने भी 60% ही पढ़ा है क्योंकि मेरी 2 ही किताबें हुई हैं. तो या तो लिंक सारे डल जाएंगे. ज्यादा डिस्कशन मत करना जब तक नहीं पढ़ो. अभी मैं तैयब से मिला था अभी कुछ दिन पहले, and he was telling me कि he picked up 3 body problem and he was so happy. I was telling some people कि पहले 20-30 पेज में बहुत दिक्कत आ सकती है, समझ नहीं आएगा क्योंकि वो ये ना गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स लेवल के कोई वर्ल्ड्स होते हैं तो इतने कैरेक्टर्स वगैरह. और वो बोला नहीं, मैं तो पहले पेज से इतना एंगेज था. सो हाँ, मतलब आपको स्टार्टिंग से भी एंगेज कर सकती है या थोड़ा टाइम भी लग सकता है टू रियली बी लाइक ओ, और फिर वो आपका ओ वो बस एस्केलेट ही होता जाएगा.
That should be the thumbnail of the video. Whatever
Yeah.
you did.
Oh, like I can't beat Sahil Shah on that expression, but yeah. And we should also try to get Rohan Joshi for the discussion and Shreya Dhanwantri and Tayyab. वो सोचो सारे ऐसे आएंगे. और वानी
And
बता रही
I'll be
है उसमें फिजिक्स गलत थी.
Guys, मुझे physics समझ ही नहीं आई. What was that?
उसका लोड मत लेना गाइस कि फिजिक्स समझ आती है, नहीं कोई मतलब.
Yeah, I really liked how you were, when you were reading Three Body Problem, you were sending me messages. I'm pretty certain you're going to skip this part. I'm pretty certain you're going to skip this part.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
नहीं, और ओ गाइस बाय द वे, हु दोज ऑफ यू डू नॉट नो, ये चाइनीज किताब है. और एक और इंटरेस्टिंग आप लोगों को इसके बारे में मैं फंडा बताता हूँ. एक चाइनीज किताब है, इस पे एक शो बन रहा है. इसके जो शो के क्रिएटर्स हैं उन्होंने इससे पहले एक शो बनाया था जो शो थोड़ा सा फेमस है जिसका नाम है गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स. तो थ्री बॉडी प्रॉब्लम पे एक शो बन रहा है और हम पहले वो कूल लोग होंगे जो गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स, तो आई थिंक आप सबने सारी के बुक्स तो नहीं पढ़ी होंगी, लाइक 5-2% लोगों ने पढ़ी होगी. थ्री बॉडी प्रॉब्लम का जब शो आएगा तो उससे पहले हमने थ्री बॉडी प्रॉब्लम की तीनों बुक्स पढ़ ली होंगी. एंड चाइनीज किताब है, इसके ट्रांसलेटर अलग है. पहली और तीसरी बुक का सेम है, सेकंड का अलग है. तो बहुत लोग ऐसे हो गए थे नहीं अलग है. सो मैं वही कह रहा हूँ, टू एंजॉय द सेकंड बुक हैव नो एक्सपेक्टेशंस. मतलब कि है ना कि मेरे को चीजें ऐसे ही चाहिए, मेरे को ट्रेन किया गया है कि ऐसी होंगी, नहीं. सारी एक्सपेक्टेशंस हटा दो. बुक तो अच्छी है उसकी चिंता मत लो, बट डोंट एक्सपेक्ट अच्छा ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है तो अब ऐसा होगा, नहीं. ट्रांसलेट ऐसे हो रही है अब थी अभी तक तो ऐसी होगी, नहीं. तो बहुत बड़े स्केल पे सोचना, बहुत सारी चीजों की बात है. एंड एक और, हाँ
Please carry on.
हाँ, एक और फंडा, इस बुक का नाम थ्री बॉडी ट्रिलॉजी है पूरी सीरीज का. बट एक और जो इसका एक्चुअल ट्रिलॉजी का नेम है वो है रिमेम्बरेंस ऑफ अर्थ्स पास्ट. रिमेम्बरेंस ऑफ अर्थ्स पास्ट, बट लाइक लूजली लोग अब इसको थ्री बॉडी प्रॉब्लम ट्रिलॉजी बोलते हैं. एंड पूरे जैन में मैंने लोनली सिटी पढ़ी और थ्री बॉडी पढ़ी और डार्क फॉरेस्ट पढ़ी. एंड डार्क फॉरेस्ट तो मैं काफी ज्यादा अग्रेसिवली पढ़ रहा था, बट या. एंड मैंने कोई भी कमेंट्स नहीं पढ़े, आई जस्ट रियलाइज. बट ये है हमारी लाइक लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में आ गया क्या लिंक?
Yeah, the three body problem is here. The other two are being
हाँ हाँ हाँ,
added.
तो वो डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी आ जाएगा. ये आपकी कोई सवाल है वानी?
I just am very happy how many tick marks we're getting. Sci-fi, translated literature.
Yeah.
Chinese. I'm just very happy with the trilogy. How many tick marks we are giving.
और मैं बता रहा हूँ चाइना के लिए जो भी उनकी थोड़ी इज्जत आपकी वुहान की जैसे कम हुई ना, वो सारा कॉम्पनसेट हो जाएगा क्योंकि मचाया है भाई. मैं डर जाता था यार कभी. और मैंने जैसे सेकंड बुक खत्म किया, सेंट अ मैसेज टू रोहन जोशी. आई सेंट हिम अ वॉइस नोट कि थैंक्स फॉर रिकमेंडिंग इट. मेरा भी दिमाग खराब हो रखा है, मैं ड्राइव कर रहा था कहीं जा रहा था, मैं सोच रहा था ये और फिर मैंने रोहन जोशी को एक वॉइस नोट भेजा था ड्राइव पे जाने वाला. नहीं होते डार्क फॉरेस्ट इज सो गुड, दिमाग फट गया ना.
What did you reply? Yes.
मैंने कहा हाँ. फिर मैंने कुछ ऐसे स्पेसिफिक चीजें बताई, मेरे को ये बहुत पसंद आया, ये बहुत पसंद आया.
Wait.
किंडल, हाँ किंडल का भी अफिलिएट लिंक डालना ना, जो किंडल क्योंकि किंडल पे भी
I have decided I'm going to explore Kindle audiobooks and all through AVM. So this is the book I'm going to read on Kindle this time.
हाँ, आप इसकी पेपर बैक ले ही नहीं रहे क्या?
I'll buy it if I like it.
या तो मेरा भी यही है. मतलब आई डोंट गो लाइक दैट. आई एम लाइक आई रिवॉर्ड माई सेल्फ. आई विल रिवॉर्ड माई सेल्फ. इसका 4,000 रुपए का एक सेट है जो मैं बहुत दिनों से महीनों से देख रहा हूँ. तो मैं वो खरीदूंगा जब मैं तीसरी भी। किंडल पे बहुत ज्यादा इजी है पढ़ना ये किताब। तो यही है गाइस, सो जाओ, पढ़ो जाके। बहुत 1500 पेज का टेक्स्ट पढ़ना है फरवरी में, दिन भी 28 ही है इस बार तो।
ओह ओह हाँ सॉरी।
वानी ने पहले कहा था कोई रोमांटिक बुक पढ़ते हैं, लाइक फेब है, वैलेंटाइन वाला है।
आई नो आई डिडंट से
हाँ
दैट।
नहीं, मतलब वो एक दोस्त है, उन्होंने कहा था कि वानी को बोलना है, ऐसे बोला है ना।
या
आई सेव्ड इट नाइसली ना।
yeah, very nicely. Vaibhav, by the way, is going to watch Pride and Prejudice 2005 version. He's here to make that announcement also.
या
And then he's
एंड
going to do a dedicated stream
मेरे को
reaction.
ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म बता दो, मैं अभी देख लूंगा।
Netflix.
नेटफ्लिक्स पे पड़ी है,
Yeah.
सॉर्टेड।
I to even know like December, January is the time when I reread Pride and Prejudice and I watch Pride and Prejudice 2005 version at least twice.
हाँ
You'll love Tom's you love Tom after that. But yeah, this is
नाइस। तो सही है यार, हैप्पी रीडिंग गाइस।
Is there any I have one question. Is there any romantic factor in three body problem?
देयर इज सम
Wonderful.
एट
तुम्हारा
सम।
फेब sorted है guys. Who
हाँ,
said I wanted a
उसी
Valentine?
में सुकून ढूंढ लेना। और नहीं यार, लाइक इसको थोड़ा मजे के साथ पढ़ना, मतलब मैं इस पे एक वीडियो भी बनाने वाला था अभी कि इट्स अ, मतलब आई कैन टेल व्हाई दे आर मेकिंग अ शो ऑन दिस। क्योंकि मेरे दिमाग में जब भी मैं खोलता था ना, तो मैं 2 पेज पहले के जाके पढ़ता था, प्रीवियसली ऑन प्रिजन ब्रेक। ऐसे मैं 10th स्टैंडर्ड में जब प्रिजन ब्रेक देखा था तो स्टार्ट में आता था तो प्रीवियसली ऑन 3 बॉडी प्रॉब्लम, फिर मेरे को आता था अच्छा इसने ये किया, इसने ये किया, यहाँ पे ये हुआ, ये हुआ। एंड ओबामा की भी रिकमेंडेड लिस्ट में है बाय द वे।
The entire set or the first book?
या नहीं, द एंटायर सेट। जॉर्ज आर मार्टिन ने भी पढ़ी हुई है 3 बॉडी प्रॉब्लम।
Right.
एंड मैं देख रहा था कि 3 बॉडी प्रॉब्लम के चाहने वाले कौन कौन है। तो ओबामा का तो आई थिंक उसके कवर पे भी लिखा हुआ है शायद, द स्कोप ऑफ इट इज इमेंस। तो या तो पढ़ना यार, मतलब इट्स लाइक वन ऑफ दोज बुक्स जो ऐसे आपको सडनली नेक्स्ट उस पे ऐसे आपको बड़ा वो लगेगा कि यार सही में दिमाग खुल गया है। कि अच्छा ऐसे भी सोच सकते हैं, वो ऐसे भी सोच सकते हैं। लाइक बहुत सारी बुक्स ना मैं इनवर्ड्स लेके जाती है हमारे इमोशंस के अंदर। मुराकामी हो गया, जैसे आगा शायद अली हो गया, कि अच्छा इमोशन को ऐसे भी देखा जा सकता है, ऐसे भी देखा जा सकता है। ये स्कोप ऑफ लाइक ह्यूमैनिटी एंड द वर्ल्ड को किस तरीके से देखा जा सकता है, उस पे ये बहुत बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग टेक है, राइट। एक क्वांटम लेवल पे अगर कोई चीज होगी तो मान लो वो इमोशन है, ये उसका उल्टा है। जैसे यूनिवर्सल लेवल पे चीज है कि कितनी बड़ी है चीजें, तो मजा आ जाएगा।
Wait. Before we go, there's a comment for you. Ramandeep is asking, hey Vaibhav, bhai, please help me with membership to Godfather's Club. I can pay monthly.
हमने, अगर आपको मंथली पे करना है गॉडफादर्स के लिए, बाय द वे chalchitratoks.com पे अब ईयरली सब्सक्रिप्शन का भी प्लान हमने बना दिया है, उस पर डिस्काउंट भी है। मंथली अगर आपको करना है तो आप पेट्रन के थ्रू कर सकते हो, patreon.com, अगर आप भारत के बाहर रहते हो। नहीं तो यूट्यूब से आप करोगे तो यूट्यूब पे भी हो जाएगा। यूट्यूब पे आरबीआई गाइडलाइंस चेंज हो रही है, बट वो कोई लोड नहीं है, मतलब अभी भी जो हमारे 100 से ज्यादा पेट्रन है वो भी कर रहे हैं। ओ बाय द वे, और अगर आपको कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा तो आप यूपीआई से कर दो। आप vaibhav@chalchitratoks.com पे एक ईमेल डाल दो, हम आपको बता देंगे उसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्या स्टेप्स है। किसी को कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि यार मेरा तो कुछ चल नहीं रहा, आप हमें ईमेल करो, यूपीआई के थ्रू हम आपका सॉर्ट करा देंगे। तो वानी, एक्साइटेड?
Very excited. Very, very excited. इसका कवर भी इतना प्यारा है. Like,
या
I don't know क्या हो रहा है, but it's very nice.
इट्स वेरी नाइस। आई थिंक आई ऑर्डर दैट 4000 रुपीज वाला सेट ऑल्सो, उसका भी अफिलिएट लिंक डलवा दो।
Yeah, I think it's there already.
द 4000 रुपीज वन।
There is a boxed
या
set. Yeah.
ये गाइज 25 जुलाई को मेरा बर्थडे आता है, नहीं तब तक तो मैं खरीद लूंगा। कुछ नहीं, 25 जुलाई पे और चीज होते हैं।
Or you can wait because it
नहीं,
will
मेरे
sort
को
out
चाहिए
again.
ये।
पता चला you get 10 boxed sets of 340 problem, nothing else.
या सिजन ल्यू जिन्होंने लिखी है किताब, उनका मैं बारे में और पढ़ना चाहूंगा कि उन्होंने और क्या क्या किया। जो सिनॉप्सिस भी आता है ना जब लिखते हो कि बुक किस बारे में, वो भी मत पढ़ना. इट्स लाइक अभी अगर आपने साहिल शाह वाला हमारा एपिसोड देखा हो तो उसमें वो कोहेरेंस के बारे में बताने लगता है, मैं लाइक मत बताओ. There are some times when you realize what it is actually about, and to feel that thing for the first time, like वो जो firsts होते हैं ना लाइफ के, तो उसके लिए like reading Three Body Problem for the first time without knowing what it is about. Oh, by the way, I can chalo give you one interesting fact. Three body problem is an actual three body problem. एक ये फंडा होता है मैथमेटिकल और उसका, तो ये भी आप देख सकते हो. तो पढ़ी जाए गाइस. हाँ, थक गया मैं यार.
Nice.
सॉरी यार, मैं बहुत ज्यादा बोल दिया.
It's absolutely okay.
मैं बोल ही नहीं रहा था थ्री बॉडी के बारे में ना, कब से मैं वेट कर रहा था कि हम कब उठाएंगे इसको. और
Feb is here. We've picked it up, and you
yeah,
are invited
I'm
for. You'll have to come by default because you're the guest for
yeah,
the.
I'm
So
so
you'll have
happy.
to be there.
तैयब is also reading it, और मतलब बहुत सारे लोग पढ़ेंगे.
I hated, and now I can say it out loud. I hated how we were reading January में The Lonely City, but Vaibhav, Nikhil, and I think there was one more Godfather. ये तीन बुक क्लब में इनका थ्री बॉडी प्रॉब्लम चला है. It's like भाई आप उठाओ, मैं आऊँगा, मैं डिस्कस करूँगा. I'm like no guys, discuss The Lonely City, please.
वानी
And
कह रही
so
थी मैं
I
मीम डाल दूं क्या वो वाला कि जिसमें लोनली सिटी साइड में बैठ के
रो
वो.
रही है. But yeah, I was very, and then I upped my promotional game and I went very loud with it, very excited, एकदम loud.
नाइस नाइस. या मैन, आई एम वेरी वेरी कीन टू नो आपको कैसी लगती है. काफी मैं इंटरेस्टिंग होगा. बी पेशेंट विद इट. देयर आर गोइंग टू बी पे ऑफ्स, एंड पे ऑफ्स इस लेवल पे होंगे. लाइक अच्छा.
Yeah,
मतलब
because
आप लोगों की साइकोलॉजी जो डिग्री विग्री हो जाएगी क्योंकि जब तक तीनों किताब खत्म. आई नो हाउ मच द थर्ड बुक इज गोइंग टू अफेक्ट मी इवन बिफोर आई हैव स्टार्टेड रीडिंग. आई जस्ट नो इट. आई नो, मैंने देख लिया इस बंदे को क्या आता है. तो मतलब आई नो इट. इट्स लाइक मी. मतलब आपको पता है आपकी लाइफ के ग्रेटेस्ट एक्सपीरियंस होने वाला है, तो मेरे को पहले से ही पता है.
and
हाँ,
guys,
तो
if
a
you
lot of
try
people
to
are asking,
decide
is it the
from,
set for the month or the first part? ये मेरे को आपसे एक्चुअली डिस्कस करना था बट अपन को टाइम नहीं मिला.
I was thinking, hear me out. First part is a compulsion.
फर्स्ट पार्ट इज अ
Other two
कंपल्शन.
is like your own choice. I don't want to push people. But अगर आप
डन
तीन
डन.
पढ़ के आ जाओगे, it will be really nice, and it will
या
also
या
push
तीन पढ़
people.
के आओगे तो आप लाइक बाय द एंड ऑफ 2022 आप वानी की एबीएम की पता नहीं इस बार मेरे को लग रहा है 20 नंबर टच हो जाएगा.
I really am excited. So we had a Noel on the call, and he's read all the books last year. And is bar there's going to be a very big and special surprise at the end of the year
या
to anyone,
हाँ,
to three
ये मेरे
people.
को पूछना था. ओके, द लाइक वो अपन जितने भी हो सकते हैं उनको वानी लाइक ऐसे प्रॉपर लाइक ऐसे मील पे लेके जाएगी और भी गिफ्ट देंगे. वानी इज
हाँ,
लाइक
we'll do something very special
वेरी
for you.
स्पेशल फॉर एवरी. जो भी लोग मान लो अगर 12 किताबें 15 किताबें इस साल की जितनी भी किताबें सब खत्म कर ली, तो एक तो
उससे
हम
पहले
उनको.
there'll be a quiz though, because
हाँ,
पता
देयर विल बी अ
चलेगा
क्विज टू चेक कि आपने सही में पढ़ी है नहीं. तो एक तो इन लोगों को बुलाए क्या, जो लोग बुक का मंथ 2022 की सारी किताबें खत्म कर लेते हैं. व्हाट शुड वी कॉल देम गाइस? मैं और वानी एक बार जूम पे भी जैम कर रहे थे, हमें एक दो नाम आए थे. हमने क्या क्या सोचे थे?
we
डू यू हैव
thought
दैट?
Sharpies was one.
नहीं, शार्पीज इसके लिए नहीं था, वो दूसरी चीज के लिए था.
I think then we hadn't cracked ABM.
हमें एबीएम की जो
How does AB minors sound? Minors.
माइनर्स, द फर्स्ट बेंचर्स.
Yeah,
फर्स्ट
that's
बेंचर्स हो
right.
सकता है.
The first benchers,
या
front benchers.
हाँ, सॉरी, फ्रंट बेंचर्स. आई मेंट टू से फ्रंट बेंचर्स. तो फ्रंट बेंचर्स कहाँ है? हाँ, लेकिन फ्रंट बेंचर्स इज रियली नाइस.
Where are my front benchers?
हाँ.
Yeah.
Pograja saying I will deceive everyone and gather all the information and I
I
will win the quiz.
he'll gather all like he'll spend his energy on deceiving people and gathering information, but he won't read the books.
The underliners.
Underliners.
Oh,
Oh, this is nice. This is nice. I'm sold on this. The underliners.
लॉक कर लो,
Thanks,
अपनी शीट
Noel.
पे भी लिख दो. Noel, बहुत सही, बहुत सही. The
Noel,
underliners.
I have a feeling Noel is going to be one of them.
Yeah, Noel पक्का होगा. I have been seeing him for
Yeah.
bookworms, book nerds तो बहुत common है यार.
We aren't worms and nerds. Being a nerd is nice.
ABMers, ABAMers को मैं pronounce नहीं कर पा.
It's
Abamers.
very difficult. Abamers.
हाँ.
Abhammers. Sorry.
Abamers.
I'm
Nice.
so the underliners.
Being happy is saying nice. Nice थोड़ी बुला सकते. Hey, so
You're nice. How many nice people here in the crowd?
nice one.
That's actually good. Are you a nice person? But hey, you didn't read The Lonely City. You are not a nice person, Vaibhav.
नहीं, I read the Andy Warhol chapter. Yeah.
That's nice. That's very sweet.
Chalchitras. नहीं, हो गया guys. Underliners as one.
Underliners
So,
are so
how many of you are like trying to
qualify to be the underliners.
try to go और ना वानी इसमें डिस्क्रिप्शन में डलवा दो. और इसका जो इस बार बुक मंथ का वो जो आएगा ना वीडियो, उसमें ये लाइन, ये वाला पार्ट ऐड करवा लेना. आप एक वॉइस नोट भेज देना एडिटिंग टीम को कि जो भी 12 की 12 किताबें पढ़ेंगे, जो भी हर मंथ की सारी किताबें पढ़ेंगे, दी अंडरलाइनर्स.
The underliners.
Yeah.
Can you come close to the mic and again say the underliners? I think the effect will be really nice.
Underliners. But cop with camera is saying, is it compulsory to read Vaani's recommendation or any 12 books? भाई वानी वाली पढ़नी. ये क्या बात?
The पढ़ लो, but then you won't be an underliner.
Yeah, you won't be. You won't get like
Ooh, we should get T's also, underliners.
the underliners. एक बार इसका वो चेक कर लो, कोई existing तो वो नहीं है ना.
Yeah.
पता चले कोई बैंड हो कोरिया का. The underliners.
The underliners. Yeah. I love this one. Hey, thanks, Pokhraj. It's really sweet of you. Readers, underliners, the highlighters.
But सही है. I'll take your leave now. आप end करो.
Definitely.
ठीक है. And I'll see you. So happy reading, guys.
And thank you so much for showing up in a blazer, Vaibhav. It's inspired me to set a dress code for all my Thursday streams.
Yeah,
and
वानी आप भी ऐसे बाल हटा के दिखा दो.
Guys,
Merch.
hoodie.
This is the Chalchitra hoodie. Guys, this is also up for sale. Link in description. हमने अभी पूरी को टीम के को लाइक के पास तो है, अभी धीरे धीरे सबको दे रहे हैं. आप लोग भी लो और हुडीज में अपनी फोटो खींचो और हैशटैग डालो एस्पायरिंग टू बी एन अंडरलाइनर. दी अंडरलाइनर लिख के मत डाल देना. ऐसे थोड़ी हुडी ले ली तो अंडरलाइनर बन गया.
Yeah.
ठीक है, चलो guys, I'll leave. ठीक
I'll
है,
see you, Vaibhav. Have a good evening and a wonderful reading
Yeah.
session.
चलो, bye.
Bye. Hey guys, so obviously I'll give a few tasks because I'm the teacher of this class. Infamous. But okay, comment, do leave a comment in the chat and say hashtag 3body is the new black or the new money ball, however you want it to be. And dude, I was so happy. I didn't say dude, I said I was going to say something else, but then yeah, and I was so happy because so many people were tagging me in the Lonely City, in their posts in about the Lonely City on Instagram. It just used to make my day, just waking up to a post and realizing that, you know, so many people are reading the Lonely City, and we'll probably try to get Olivia Laing as well sometime this year, hopefully. We had invited her and she devoted because she had some family emergencies, so she couldn't join us. I hope everything works out well for her and we can have her on our channel super soon. But do mention it in the chats, not chats, but like the comments of the video. 3body is the new money ball. And I'm very excited for this book, especially because I don't read a lot of sci-fi, and I think a lot of people in the book club are very excited to read this. And whenever you get a chance, do keep on tagging us in your stories and your posts. It just makes my day and it inspires me to actually read more. And I hope you like the picks in a book a month. I'm trying to get people who read books that I'm trying to get books that I wouldn't usually pick or recommend, and I'm very excited for this, and I hope you guys like it. And do tag us in your posts, in your stories, and do write to us, Vaani@chalchitratalks.com, in case you have any doubt, any question regarding the three body problem, and so on. So I'll just clarify it again. The first book is the compulsory read for ABAM next month, but I think it would be really nice if you also pick a part 2, part 3, because then you'll be able to complete the arc of the story and whatnot. And in case you would like to join our WhatsApp book club, you can become a gladiator or a godfather. You can become a patron or become a member of our YouTube community, and it's going to be absolute fun. I will also be working really hard to send you at least one reading update each month on your emails. And yeah, I'm very excited about it, and I'll be talking about it and updating you guys on my progress each Thursday. And this is, I think, I pick up a lot of books on Kindle, but I never finish them. But I'm hoping to finish this one. I'm hoping this becomes the first book that I finish on the Kindle. So very, very excited about it. And for those of you who haven't read The Lonely City, do give it a chance. It's a wonderful book. And I'll see you guys next month. Also, if in case you're going to buy the book Three Body Problem and its subsequent parts, do buy them from our Amazon links in the description. It really helps us, and we get a small share of whatever revenue Amazon earns. So it really helps us. So do find it, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Oh, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we also have the Friday stream. And thank you guys for watching the stream. Do like it. We're at 164 likes. We usually aim for 200 likes on every Thursday. So, I mean, I really want to scale up the likes, but you guys will have to help me out. So, I've spoken a lot and I'm tired now, but I'll see you guys next week, and tomorrow. And do pick up the Three Body Problem. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And in case you haven't finished reading The Lonely City, give it a chance if you have the time. Else, just jump onto the Three Body Problem thing, which we're going to start reading in Feb. We still have 4 days. You can order your book today, and I think you'll finish it. It'll reach to you in a few days. You can buy a Kindle version. Oh, are you asking should I buy a Kindle, or are you asking me should I buy a Kindle version? And also, guys, the underliners. Do tag me with your selfies, probably with the book, and aspiring to be an underliner. And it'll be nice. I haven't finalized it yet as to what the underliners will get, but I'm working really hard to figure out something that'll be very exciting for all of you. Perhaps a guest episode, perhaps a gift of sorts, but something really special. And I'll see you guys soon. And in case, Mohammed, you were asking if you should invest in a Kindle, you should definitely buy a Kindle. It's absolutely beautiful. And okay, I'll take a leave now, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourself, and